Hi, this is Mark Burnett at repobrain.com. We're in the kitchen today, and today we're making cream of cilantro soup. Let's take a look at some of the ingredients. First main ingredient is cilantro, also known as Chinese celery, is another way. And we got it in a bunch, and that's essentially the amount we're going to be using for this soup. It's going to, once we chop it up, it's going to kind of look like this. And this is about what we're going to use here. This is another bunch just basically chopped up, okay? And this is a very unusual ingredient to make soup out of, but you're going to find this blends together quite nicely. The other components are cream cheese, which is 8 ounces of cream cheese, and we've got this cut into cubes. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. 1 tablespoon of flour, 2 tablespoons of butter, a clove of garlic, or if you'd like, you can use about a tablespoon of the Gourmet Garden garlic blend, which is nice. I like that. 8 ounces of sour cream, and we're going to use a total of 32 ounces of chicken broth. Now, if you want, you can actually use your own broth if you'd like, or you can get the can if you'd like. This is a lot more convenient, obviously, if you want to make it at any time. The broth, we're going to break up into 2 16-ounce amounts. One is to blend in the blender, and the other is to add to our stock when we get going. And 3 cans is a little over because these are 14 ounces a piece, but that should be good. Essentially, in our blender, we're going to add the cilantro. And again, we're only going to add this amount first. We don't need that other bunch unless we want to make more. Okay, once all this is in, we're going to add in 1 can of our chicken stock. Now this is an interesting blend of flavors, as you can well imagine. You've got sour cream, you've got cream cheese, you've got garlic and cilantro. What a wild combination. It makes just an unbelievable soup. Let's add in 1 more can here. So this is going to be close to our, about 16 ounces here, maybe a little more. You just want to kind of get it on top. Okay, and then we're going to blend. And we really want to mince that up really nice. Okay, now that our ingredients have blended here, this is the chicken stock and the cilantro. We're actually going to add in now our cumin, our red pepper, and our salt. Let's put those in. Real simple. And then we're going to blend this back. And then we're going to add in about a tablespoon of our Gourmet Garden garlic blend. And you can measure this out if you want, but it depends on how much garlicky kind of taste you want, depending on where you get to. And again, we'll add that. We could have added our clove of garlic. We'd want to add it in here and really chop it up, or chop it up a little bit. We really want it minced. The blender's probably going to do a good job of that anyway. Now we just want to blend it up. And we can move on to our cooking area. Okay, now let's add our ingredients to our pan. Now the first thing we're going to do is add butter. And we've got this on a kind of a medium heat. We want to take our butter and mix it in here and let it melt. Now essentially we're using a wooden pan, or wooden spoon here, kind of, to mix this in. I like this wood utensils a little bit on these type of pans. These kind of pans can take a lot though. This is a nice scan pan here. And once this is completely melted down, we're going to add in our flour. And we have to be careful with that. We don't want it to lump up too much. Okay, now that our butter's nice and melted, we're going to add in our 1 tablespoon of flour slowly. We're going to stir it in. I don't want to go too fast here. Once that's stirred in, we're not really looking to brown this, so we're just kind of looking to mix. That should be good enough. We want to turn off our fire, let this settle down just a minute, and then we're going to add in our chicken broth to it and give a stir. Okay, now we're going to bring up a little bit more chicken broth here. We're going to add in that last can that we had. And what we want to do is we want to bring this to a boil and then turn it down a little bit. So the first thing we want to do is get this nice and heated. So we'll wait for that. Okay, now that this has come to a boil, which only takes a couple of minutes, we're going to add in all our other ingredients. And the first ingredient we want to add in is our cilantro mixture. We just want to add it in nice and carefully. And once we're done with that, we'll kind of push off the sides here a little bit. Should be good. Now we want to stir that slightly in. It's green soup. I mean, the only, maybe split pea might be the only other green soup you have. Maybe some lentils or something might pass for close to that. This is a bit unusual. Like I said, but the taste is fantastic. And essentially we're going to bring that back up heat-wise. We're going to add in our sour cream. Now again, that's 8 ounces of sour cream. Just going to add that in. Real simple here. Use one of these little measuring things here. It's kind of nice. I'm sort of pushing the limit of my pan here. Might help to have a little bit more room in your pan. Okay, we're going to let that cook in a little bit. And while that's heating up, we're going to add in our cream cheese cubes. We're going to mix these around, move these around, so they're not all in one spot. And since I'm quickly running out of room in this pan, I'm going to move it to a different pan. Let's do that. Okay, now that I've moved everything over to a little bit larger pan here, just gives us a little bit more room. Kind of underestimated my size here. Drop all this in. And again, we're going to bring this up just to a slow boil, and then we're going to cut back down and just simmer a little bit. Get all those ingredients to mix together, and then we're going to simmer it for about 15 minutes. Let it settle, and it should be ready to serve. So now that the soup started to cook down a little bit, if you get any lumps or anything like that, you can put in just a little hand beater and just slowly turn this, okay, until you get nice movement. This will take care of that pretty quickly, especially if the cream cheese is holding together. That's going to be the most common thing. This is going to fix that, okay? And we've been cooking this about 15 minutes, so it's just about ready here. So we'll serve and try it. Okay, in a bowl here of your choosing here, we can add in, ladle in, essentially our soup. Like so. And if we want to be a little fancy, we could have kept some of those little pieces of cilantro and kind of topped it. Make it look nice. Okay, there we go. We can serve. Now this is essentially very good little soup. Wow. I mean, you don't get a lot of the cilantro taste initially. What you get is a little bit more of the cream cheese and the sour cream kind of hit you, but then the cilantro stays with you. It's really good. Excellent soup. Really nice, whether it's winter or summer, doesn't matter. Anyway, always check us back at repobrain.com so you can see other recipes that we have and check out our site.